Now you may ask, why did this video start from a random road scene altogether? Now there's a reason for it, right? Yesterday night, while I was doing my important work, I started searching for the Nine Devis Yatra, and I thought, let's try and see if we can cover that. See, these days I'm in Chandigarh right now because of the paddy fields being burnt. There's a lot of pollution in Delhi, so I'm thinking what best time and how better to utilize the day rather than at least kick off the journey. There are 7 temples in total, out of which one I probably would not be able to visit because of the timing, which is Vaishno Devi, and that's something that generally ends up the roads get shut down at this time of the year. So let's see how this pans out. I haven't really planned which place to go to first. Let's start this. Now, post Divine Punjab, I think fate had it for me that I needed to experience the divine feminine energy that runs through the dance of creation. Now, one thing that I've realized through years of traveling to places like these is that there are different expressions and different names as per different paths that we attribute to God, Vaheguru, energy, existence. No matter what nomenclature, no matter what expression, whether we choose to express it in the form of deities or pictures or symbols or whatever, the path is for us humans to take, and always guided by a true master. That's the commonality between all paths, right? Well, I'm no one to share anything about the feminine energy because that's not fully in my experience. I leave it to the realized souls to kind of explain that. But however, I have felt her grace, and I'm really thankful that I have been able to do so. I would, however, recommend watching Sadhguru's video on her. It's pretty awesome. There are 3 dimensions to the feminine energy: Durga, Lakshmi and Saraswati, which respectively stand for inertia, activity and transcendence. Now, Adi Shakti or Mahadevi is the primordial cosmic energy, the auspicious source energy, or you may call it the creatrix, right? It's a collection of the dynamic forces running through existence. Now, she's considered to be simultaneously the source of the creation, the sustenance of the creation, and something unto which everything will eventually dissolve. Now, allow me to kind of quickly share something that would be relevant to our travels during this Mahadevi series. Now, Ma Sati or Dakshayani, which is daughter of Daksha, is an aspect of Mother Goddess Shakti or Adi Shakti, as we were talking about. Daksha was a Prajapati and son of the god Brahma. His daughter Sati was a royal princess, right? They were wealthy nobility as opposed to Shiva, smeared in ashes, thick locks of matted hair, wrapped in tiger skin, a cremation ground dweller, right? Whose abode was Mount Kailasha. Now, Sati married Shiva against her father's will. Now, once Brahma, Daksha's father, conducted a huge yajna, Shiva and Sati were invited too. Now, as Daksha came to the yajna, everyone stood up except Brahma, Shiva and Sati. Daksha took insult and vowed revenge over Shiva in the same manner. Daksha organized a yajna similar to Brahma's with ill motives. The intention was to insult and humiliate Shiva. Sati and Shiva weren't invited to it. Now, Sati, under the notion that an invitation from her father was mere formality and was not needed, she became adamant and wanted to attend the yajna, even though Shiva advised otherwise. At the yajna, Daksha reacted vehemently, insulting and humiliating Sati and Shiva in front of all the guests, which eventually became too much to bear. She lost control over her anger and took the form of Adi Shakti. Now, per one legend, it said that she walked into the yajna fire. Per another legend, it said that she self-immolated her body using her own energy. Now, Shiva learned of this event. He was outraged, so intense that he summoned 2 fearsome beings, Veerabhadra and Bhadrakali. causing destruction to the yagya. Distressed Shiva could not part from his beloved wife and carried her corpse wandering the universe. To reduce Shiva's grief, Vishnu cut Sati's body into 51 pieces using his Sudarshana Chakra. That's one legend. And another legend has it that when Shiva was carrying Sati's body all across the universe, pieces of her body disintegrated and fell at places. And these are the 51 Shakti Pithas, as we call it, or they're revered sites of worship to the feminine energy. Now, 18 out of these 51 Shakti Pithas are Maha or major. Now, the reason why we spoke about this is because during our travels in the Mahadevi series, we will be visiting a few Shakti Pithas, and this narration would be relevant in that regard. So let's quickly get started. Today it's a chilly day anyways. It's not sunny at all. It's a chilly day. The good thing is it's comfortably chilly. It's not overly cold. We've left Chandigarh behind now. We're entering Panchkula and Manimachra. Those are the places that we'd be headed to. I'm not sure if the camera can capture this properly, but you could kind of see, I can kind of see definitely the outline of the hills right in front of me. Now if you look at that range over there, this is all the Shivalik range, by the way. Now that range over there, that hill, in fact, the one that's right up in front of us, behind that is where Gurdwara Sahib Nada Sahib is. Look at the excitement on this guy. Look at the excitement on this guy. This is the entrance to the Mansa Devi complex. Alright. Beautiful temple though. Wow, look at that Gurdwara Sahib right up the road. It's beautiful. This is Gurdwara Kuni Sahib. Okay, so that's right on the way. Gurdwara Kuni Sahib, Patshahi Dasmi. Right, while we're at it, let's just matha tek ke, we can then move over to the next destination. While headed to the Mansa Devi temple, I visit Gurdwara Kuni Sahib on the way. It's a few hundred meters from Mansa Devi. Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj had come here from Narayanpur on the request of a Brahmin girl, Annapurna, who was a devotee of Guru Sahib. Annapurna served langar to Guru Sahib and the accompanying Sangat. Now, here Guru Sahib meditated for 17 pahars. Now, just for reference, one pahar nominally equals 3 hours, so 8 pahars in a day, right? So, it's an old unit of measurement of time. Now, post Kuni Sahib, we are now headed to the Mansa Devi temple. The complex, I think, is divided into multiple. There are about 5 temples here in total. And we'll try and visit all 5 of them. These are the Shivalik foothills, and we're at the beautiful Ma Mansa Devi temple, dedicated to goddess Mansa Devi, a form of Shakti, the divine feminine personification of the innate cosmic energy. She is the goddess of snakes. She is also referred to as Vishahara, or the destroyer of poison, Nitya, eternal, and Padmavati. It is a prominent Shakti Pitha temple where Sati Ma's forehead is said to have fallen. The main temple complex is decorated with floral paintings and 38 panels of wall paintings. Surrounding it are many smaller temples, including Bhairo Temple, Hanuman Temple, Vaishno Mata Temple, and others. Now we came from the main temple, that's the Mansa Devi temple. Then we're now headed over to the second one. Now in between there are small little temples that they've made and yagya places and havan places. Now we're moving over to the next temple, which is going to be that one. This is the Patiala Devi temple, a small walk from the main Mansa Devi temple. This colossal temple is built in a Panchratna style with 4 projections bearing semi-pyramidal conical spires on the top. These are called shikhars. Look at the beauty on this one. Now we'd be heading out of the Patiala temple over to the third one. Notice one thing, this was common in the previous temple too. They have smaller temples surrounding the main Devi temple. Now these surrounding temples are Hanumanji's temples, Shivji's temple, Ganeshji's temple. I'm not really sure what that stands for, but I just noticed that commonality amongst the 2 temples that we visited. So I just wanted to kind of share that. So we came from that direction. That's where we had the Mansanath Mandir, and then we visited the Mansa Devi Mandir. Then this mandir we visited. This was the third one, in fact. I was mistaken. This is the third one. This is called the Patiala Mandir. And now we're headed over to Baba Balaknath Mandir, which is that road right there. Remember this building? We were shooting this from that area when we came from the Mansa Devi temple. This road right here goes to the Sati Mata Mandir that we earlier spoke about. So let's head there now. Beautiful stone sculptures, in fact, all across the garden. They had one for Hanumanji, they have one for Nandi. Now that's the way to the Sati Mata Mandir. We're going to go downstairs from that shed over there. Just take a glance. I'm sure I would have shared footage. I just can't stop recording this place. This place is just so pretty. Look at this. Those are the Havan Konds and the Yagya Kond over there. This is where I sign off for the day. I'll see you in day 2 of the series. Thank you.